Hi, I'm Dennis Skinner, president of Many to One, the facilitation practice. Today I want to talk about the value of harmony. And I have to start by saying that in all my life, I've never experienced anything close to the moment that we're in. As a people, we're becoming just more and more polarized on just about everything that matters. We're yelling at each other through bullhorns across these huge chasms of ideology. We're spilling into the streets in protest against centuries of brutality and systemic oppression. And we're hurling tear gas and batons at the bodies of those protesters. We've apparently lost all trust in the institutions, the machinery that operates our society, and it just feels like we're coming apart at the seams. And meanwhile, we're in the midst of this global pandemic where debates are raging over something as simple as whether or not to wear a mask to keep each other from getting sick. So given that, I think you could be forgiven for asking something like, are you really going to talk about harmony? I mean, how do we talk about a word that evokes peace and serenity and tranquility, unity, when we're swimming in a sea of division, actually drowning in a sea of division? And listen, I'm a professional facilitator, so I get that. But stick with me here and let's dig a little deeper, because I think there's power hiding out in this seemingly sort of soft and serene value of harmony. And let's start with the word itself. Harmony comes from the Greek harmonia, which literally means coming together or a joining. And if we look to music, we know the word harmony refers to two or more tones which, when put together, create a chord, this resonant sound that's like greater than the sum of its parts. In musical performance, producing a chord requires this fine-tuned cooperation by many people to produce a sort of like sonic synergy where the individual notes vanish and something new and amazing emerges. A chord can move us emotionally. It can bring tears to our eyes. A minor chord can evoke sadness or fear or even anger. And if you ask any musician, they'll tell you that creating a well-tuned chord takes a lot of hard work and practice. So if music informs us, harmony is communal. It's synergistic. It's emotionally moving, sometimes pleasant, sometimes uncomfortable, and usually the result of hard work. So what does that kind of harmony look like in a world so hopelessly at odds with itself, the world we live in now? Well, maybe it looks like 1965 Selma, where hundreds of people of all colors were gathered, marching as one, arm in arm, non-violent, organized, joined together, singing anthems of justice, even though a wall of brutality waited for them on the other side of that Edmund Pettus Bridge. Or maybe it looks like everyday people like you and me joining with the marginalized, doing the work to intervene and call out injustices where we see them, at home or in a coffee shop or in the meeting room or on social media. Maybe it looks like you and me leaning into conflict by listening deeply to one another, seeking first to understand, not to win or to stroke our ego or to prove our rightness, but simply to sift through the emotions of the other long enough to hear their stories and move towards this joining. These things, they take courage, they take patience and resilience, and maybe a good dose of good trouble. So you see, I don't think harmony is soft. I think it's hard. The hard work of bending our differences towards each other into something powerful and convergent and bigger than both sides of the debate combined. And like the ocean, while harmony has this calming power to bring about feelings of peace and serenity, it also has the raw and relentless power that can wear away stone and literally lift and move a shoreline. So again, I get it. In this time where discord is just ripping us apart at the seams, it might seem like harmony is out of reach, or maybe out of touch, or not at all ready to meet this moment. But I would argue right now, harmony may actually be our best hope. A harmony that becomes a bridge to understanding, to reunion, to putting down the bullhorns long enough and the batons long enough to listen and to discover our common ground. The late Senator John Lewis, civil rights leader, lifelong disciple of nonviolent protest, said this. He said, "We may have come here on different ships, but we are all in the same boat now. So it doesn't matter whether we are black or white, Latinos, Asian Americans, or Native Americans. Whether we're gay or straight, we are one people, one family, and we all live in the same house. And when we finally accept these truths," he said, "then we will be able to fulfill Dr. King's dream to build a beloved community, a nation and a world at peace with itself. Imagine that, a nation and a world at peace with itself. May we choose to meet this moment by living each day in service of human dignity, by being and doing harmony. May we find ways to connect with each other and to listen to each other with kindness and empathy and love, especially those people we disagree with. And like waves against the rock, may we use the peaceful but relentless power of harmony to fight injustice wherever we see it, joining the many into one, co-creating a world at peace with itself.
I hope you enjoyed that video. We're making our way through all 55 values in the Peak Values card deck. We're examining living with intention and within your values, especially during this time of the COVID-19 crisis. We want to hear from you, so please leave comments here on social media, on YouTube, or you can reach us at info@thepeakfleet.com. If you visit our website, you can find our Peak Values card deck under the product page and also learn about our other services. I hope you stay safe and healthy, and we'll talk to you soon.